Yo, Blue, what's up, what's up? Welcome back. How's it going? I am just setting things up here. Copying tags. Hang on. Okay. I think I'm done. Just double checking. Yes. Okay. So, yeah. So now I thought that today we were gonna work on a little special kind of enemy thing, or like an encounter of sorts. And so what I was thinking was to create a new scene that we can test this out. And well, it's gonna be like its own scene anyway, so at least that's how I'm thinking. Kind of like an arena type, not really the arena, but well, it's like an arena, but it's only gonna be like one enemy probably. So this is gonna be kind of like a mini boss, you could say. So I don't know really what I'm gonna call this, but yeah, let's just call this mini boss 1 for lack of a better word. Okay, and so we have our scene here. Now we wanna create our tile map. I'm just gonna call this the same thing, miniboss 1. Okay, and here's our blank canvas. Now, kind of in my mind, I was thinking, well, we're probably gonna change this a lot depending on how we want the enemy to be. But I was thinking something like, let's see, let's just use black for now. I'm just gonna fill in kind of the borders maybe for now. We'll figure it out as we go. And I know one jump is like 3. You can have a platform here that you can jump up to. So something like this. Is it off center? I forgot how I moved it. Oh yeah. Same as GIMP. There we go. No, wait. That's not right. There we go. It looks like a sad dude now, actually. Okay, so... And then, so you jump up here, and maybe you can jump up here. And over here. And over here. And maybe there's even one more little level here. Some small platforms, maybe up like this. I don't know. Let's just try this. So what I'm thinking is basically it's gonna be this kind of looks like, you know, it kind of looks like Mario Bros. You know, the old school, like the first Mario Bros. Like the ones we have you have 2 pipes here where enemies come down and you have to jump up to to hit them. So that kind of looks like that stage right now. But and that's, I mean, yeah. And then sometimes you have like a flame that moves across this horizontal, so you have to, this becomes a danger zone, you have to kind of jump out of the way. And I was thinking kind of the same idea with the kind of danger zone, like but it's gonna be the enemy, there's gonna be one enemy in here that is essentially, what I'm thinking is it's gonna morph, or not morph, but go into the ground or the walls and then come out. It's like yeah, like digging in and shooting out or something like that. or maybe teleporting. We'll see. But it's gonna be like telegraph. It's gonna be like, okay, now it's gonna do. So depending on which level you're on, like if you're on this level, it's gonna show up here and gonna do like a. You're gonna have some time to get out of the way, but if you're not quick enough, it's gonna hit you with some kind of attack. If you're quick, you can go down, maybe even get in a hit somehow. Although you can't really attack like up or down in this game. So yeah, I might have to think about that. I mean, I might introduce a way to do that because it's such a nice thing to have, especially in this kind of game. It opens up a lot of possibilities for, you know, how to handle enemies and all that stuff. Because right now it's kind of like the old school like Castlevania type where you can only like hit forward, you know, or to the side. And even we don't even have any kind of, you know, special powers that you can use to hit from a range or something like that. But there's probably going to be something like that. I just haven't figured it out fully yet. I have to experiment with that sometime. Anyway, let's just continue with this. So let's save that and this. And now we have our little scene here. So I'm thinking this should be enough for the actual map. Now I'm gonna add an entity type here, which is gonna be the mini boss. And these mini bosses are going to have a very specific purpose as well. Now I'm thinking the hitbox size is probably good. Maybe even, should we do like 24? A little bit like that, maybe 12. I don't know, let's try this. Alright, so that's the mini boss. I'm not gonna add any properties because this is probably gonna be special. Maybe we'll add, no, this is probably good enough. Okay, so we got our little mini boss type here, and if we go back to the scene, we can drag it in to add it here to the thing. And then we're gonna add our player here. Now the real scene is probably gonna have like an entrance and an exit and a little bit thing like so that when you enter this arena, you pass through a thing which closes the door and then you activate the battle, let's say. But I think for now we're just gonna have this be running at all times because it's gonna be faster to test first of all. But anyway, this is, I think, start. We have to name this, and now we can actually play this, although the enemy won't spawn because there is nothing. Oh yeah. These are all black, so let's change it to white actually, because then we can see it. All right, let's try this now. Okay, there we go, but there is no enemy here because we haven't created it in the game yet. So now we have to go out to our game code and go to like where is that, monsters, right? So here's the monsters now. Yeah, I mean, essentially I could just take something that we already have, like maybe this thing. and we'll copy that to mini boss. There we go. Here's our mini boss, and we'll rename some stuff. Mini boss state machine. Oops. Mini boss. It's gonna be a very complex enemy, so that's why it's very good that we have this state machine system that works really well. So for that kind of thing, so or at least it's, I mean, it's one way to do it, but I mean, I don't know, I just find thinking in these terms very simple for me, so it works very well. Okay, now this thing should also be then imported here and exported as well. And miniboss is a really bad name, so it's gonna be something else later. I have an idea of what it's gonna be, but let's just keep it like this for now, because I don't really exactly know what the name is gonna be, but it's gonna be easy enough to change it. So anyway, okay. So now this file is like fully like imported in the game, and now it has like the exact same behavior as stening, which is the stone thing, which just moves from left to right. So that's not gonna be correct. Let's see, I just wanna, oh yeah, so we have like the animations. We don't really have animations for this one, so I believe if we just remove this, it's gonna not have any animations. I'm not sure how it's gonna be drawn, to be honest, either. If it's gonna use the checkerboard thing. But I guess we'll find out. Death settings. I'm just gonna remove that. Draw layer is inherited there, max health. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure this out. So animation container, no, we don't need that right now. Entity, wait, what? Yeah, we definitely want to create the entity. Okay, there we go. It was just LSP lag. Okay, so we have our basic shell here. Let's just run this to see if it actually works. And if we get something over here. Oh wait, yeah. We need to also add this to the spawn stuff. That's right. We have to map this thing here. So we have our mini boss, which we don't actually have. This is entity type. That's right. Oh yeah. So we need to add this here. Mini bosses. There we go. Oh, that's right. And then that string has to match the entity name. So I think by default all of these are, yeah, I have to change it to mini boss camel case to match that. There we go. Now this one is a mini boss. Great. And that matches this name here. So there we go. I think. Okay, we also have to add it over here. Draw layer. There we go. I think that's it. Now it should be spawned if I'm not missing anything else. Okay. Oh yeah, I need to actually build the game. Oh, it was already built. Could be something else I'm missing as well. I don't. Oh, there we go. Maybe it just took a little while. Okay, and we crashed. Let's see. Possibly because we're using another entity. And we don't have all the bits and pieces maybe for that. Attempt to use a null value. Get animation duration. Okay, okay. Right. So let's go back to the mini boss. And we have some animation stuff that we don't. I'm just gonna delete all that. Okay. Build. And now we can run. No, still got a crash. Get animation duration from default waiting. Okay, 304. Default waiting for spawn. Right. So it's like assuming that it has animation. So default waiting for spawn. Right. So here is like if we don't have animations, then this is gonna fail. Yeah. So should we get like a default value if it fails, like 0 for the duration maybe? Just so we don't crash. I don't know. It's kind of like a sign that if you're using this when you don't have animations, then it's bad anyway, but well, whatever. I think the only way that would happen is if, in this case, basically, like when you have something that doesn't have an animation set, and then you would kind of know. I mean, that's work to be done anyway. Oh, we got a crash. Wait, I forgot to build again. There we go. And it has like the same AI as the other monster, but it's like, you know, the same thing here. Okay, so now actually I could probably keep this running and then minimize. There we go. And if I go back, I have to minimize now, but whatever. Hello, said who? What's up? Welcome back. Hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm doing great. Fine. It feels nice to be back in the saddle with this game here. How are you doing? Wait, this is over here. We are. There we are. So here's the mini boss. All right. Now, I mean, I have a couple of basic ideas when it comes to this boss. I don't have everything like planned out, but it's like I have the basic like concept, which is essentially it's gonna be like teleporting around. It's going to do these kind of horizontal attacks on a whole lane that you have to kind of move around. Maybe even like you have like phase 2, or when it becomes stronger, it like only allows you to go into one of the lanes or two of the lanes or something like that. I mean, I know there's plenty of enemies in other games that kind of have the same idea, but whatever. The point is just to make this into a fun fight. But other than that, I don't really have that much ideas. I mean, I was probably gonna have a phase, or not a phase, but like one behavior where it doesn't only like teleport around, it actually tries to hit you, and then you have a chance to kind of hit it back or something like that. You're doing well. Kind of got done with my web dev stuff now, so I'm back doing real programming. Okay. Cool. What is that? Sorry, I forgot. What was the web dev stuff, and what are you doing now? So yeah, so actually I have to BRB 1 second here. Be right back. All right, computer vision stuff. I think I remember something about that. SFM structure from motion. Okay. So is that like traditional computer vision, like without AI or anything like that, or? I basically know nothing about that stuff, so. But that's really cool. I think the only thing right now, I'm actually I suspect my car has some kind of computer vision, because it senses when another car is in front, or maybe it uses, like, I don't know, something else. I don't know. It's motion vectors, but you can do everything with it. Okay. SFM structure. What does that stand for? Okay. What I'm thinking that we're gonna do here is I'm gonna start with the boss, like kind of just moving around, and you can hit the boss. Of course, that you can do at any point, and then it's gonna, like, at some points it's gonna teleport and do the whole horizontal attack thing. That's what I'm thinking here. So now we did copy standing here, which actually is invulnerable when it's walking around. So, which is this one? We, like, when you enter walk, pre is called, it adds invincible. So we simply remove that. Direction random, sure. Can attack. So let's not worry about can attack. I'm just gonna remove that actually right now. Can aggro. It's not even used. Stun duration. We're probably gonna have something to the effect of being stunned, but I'm just gonna remove that. And the jump attack will remove should jump attack. So we'll have walk, and then the common, like, behavior stuff. You're making an aim assist program. Are you making a cheat? Well, basically it's about being able to track objects using just video, no other information. Oh, I see. No LiDAR, or in this case, no depth buffer or other information. Is it for military stuff? or what? Or maybe it's a harpoon. Alright, let's see. Update should jump attack center. No. And then we don't really have anything in post. I'm just gonna leave it like this. Let's just remove post. All right. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much standard here. We have walk speed. I'm probably gonna increase that. Health. I don't know. Let's do like 30. It's a mini boss, so should have some stuff. Okay, there we go. So now we simply have this. Need to build it. You get general flow of pixel colors. That way you can reverse rotation and position of camera. Oh, it's for disabled gamers who need aim assist. Oh. And I didn't actually think about that. Wow. Oops. Alright, so we got our little moving thing. Ultimately, yeah, we should use things like photogrammetry or military. I don't even know what photogrammetry. What is that? Man, okay. That's some really heavy mathy stuff then you're dealing with there. Oh, structure from motion. That's what it stands for. Okay, now I understand. It's challenging, but it feels so cool. You won't give it to people. I mean, you could sell it, I guess. Just want to see how far you can take this. Because I have background, low-level code, and I know how to optimize code. Okay, cool. Yeah. Good luck with that, man. Like, are you thinking of using it for something else, or is that that's your goal, like to make it into an aim assist for disabled gamers? The math is a pain in the ass, right? Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I'm struggling with these algorithms for. Actually, well, the thing, no, actually, the BSP algorithm is probably the toughest one that I've done, and I didn't actually complete it, so it felt like I completed it, but then we found some bugs with it, and it wasn't actually completed. Also, another like mathy thing that I have struggled with was when I dabbled in neural networks, like the most simple neural network that, you know, it's like I guess it's like a kind of the first tutorial you do if you want to get into that stuff is like building an AI, training an AI to be able to read the 28 by 28 pixel number images. And with that, there was a term, there was like gradient descent, back propagation, and putting all those things together it was like it took quite a while to make my mind like wrap around how it actually worked, like to get the intuition of, you know, how it's supposed to work. It's like it's a different thing by just hearing it and like, oh yeah, for the first time, and you're like the basic structure of it makes sense, but then when you actually implement it, it's a whole different thing that is way harder, and it took a long time for me. It felt like it took a long time for me to actually grasp how to do it. Structure is from motion is from 96. Okay. When I saw you implement, I was quite impressed with the level of complexity of it. Yeah, I was surprised that BSP actually was that complex also. Like, I wasn't actually ready for that. But yeah, it was just the difficulty was also like, it felt like there was a bunch of edge cases that you had to consider, and it was hard to kind of keep everything at once in check. But yeah. Okay, so let's see. So we have our guy moving around. And at some point I want to teleport. Let's just have a static number of seconds. So it's gonna be like, or constant. It's gonna be like I don't know. Teleport cooldown. So let's say the action of teleporting takes some time. So we've got like, or the, well, yeah, the teleport duration plus teleport attack duration plus the actual cooldown, which I don't know, 5-7 seconds. I like these kind of challenges. Yeah, I actually really enjoy tackling like a math problem, but I also get, at some point I get like, well, now I don't see, it's like solving a puzzle, but then when I don't see a way forward, I very quickly get drained of energy and can't proceed. Or it's like, if I don't have a lot of energy, I will just give up pretty quickly. But sometimes I can, you know, if you have a couple of like red threads you wanna, but it's like sometimes you don't see a way forward, and it's just, have to abort mission. Okay, teleport duration. Let's just say 5 seconds or something, 3 seconds. So I think we're gonna have a, so attack duration, I think we're gonna have an attack telegraph duration which is like, I don't know, 3 seconds. The attack duration could be the same amount. Okay. So let's see. At some point the cooldown is down. The teleport actually, well, actually that could be like 2 seconds or 3 seconds. I don't know. So teleport duration is basically starts when the teleport is activated. It like teleports away, teleports to somewhere else, and then we have a telegraph, and then we have the attack. And once that's done, I guess he like teleports maybe somewhere else. I don't know. Thankfully, right now I'm not really doing any crazy stuff. Just got basic application architecture. Okay. Eventually, I'll have to implement some sort of prediction, which needs a model of the scene. Yeah. So you're starting with the easy stuff, is what I'm hearing. Because I think there's a lot of people, or well, there are some people who actually says that it's better to start with the thing that is the most challenging, because it's kind of like the bottleneck. If you cannot do that, then the whole thing is for nothing, basically. Maybe not for nothing, but you know what I mean. It's like you fail the project. If you can't do the most challenging thing, then there's no use doing all the other stuff. But also it's like sometimes it's hard to imagine, okay, well, how can I do that? I need the other stuff first, you know. Of course. Any kind of supporting stuff for that. Okay, so we have our little constants here. Now, let's see. We need the state for. Actually, did I implement timers here? We have like timer, create timer. No. Timed function. No. So we have to add the state here. Let's see. So this is teleport. So can teleport at. Okay. This is our timer for when we can teleport. And once that is up, then we do that. Here we have like default walk. If is timer expired? I'm gonna say state maybe. I'm not sure about the naming there. Problem is I can't do it yet without the base. Yeah. I'm working on screen capture as the base, which is as simple as it seems, because there's like 3 ways to do that. I'll win 32, plus might add more later. Ignore that for now. Oh well. You can capture through DXGI, GDI, or there's also a way with WinRT. Huh. I actually never heard of those. Interesting. State can teleport at. Right. So if that timer is expired, then we can teleport. So then we set the state to teleport attack And I just realized, like, these do not actually need to be public. Like, nothing in here actually needs to be public. Public is like, the only thing public is doing is like files outside of this file. Like, other files can reference those things. But since this is only used inside this file, we don't actually need these to be public. So I finally learned that. Okay, so teleport attack. So GDI is cool, but CPU nature is not the fastest, and basically this whole transformation I'm gonna do is from frame pass to do the frame to pass it to the NN. GDI is notoriously badly documented, but I did a project where I wrote a runner with it a few months ago and has some code laying around. Okay. Yeah, for the video capture stuff, right? You had it working already in C++, so it's just a matter of rewriting in the cleaner way so that it's easy to expand and performance not sacrificed. So what language are you using now? Are you using Zig? That's the only way to go. Sorry if you already said and I don't remember. No, I don't think you did. Okay. So we teleport attack, so we do that. What happens when we teleport attack? Well, presumably we're gonna have some kind of animations playing and all that. But essentially, it's gonna be like at the start. So this is the start. I'm gonna say this is the start. It's like a mini state all of itself here. So in the start, it's essentially just gonna be duration. Isn't there something duration? I thought for sure we had something like, or if it's state. Set state duration. Here we go. State machine utils. Yeah. Set state duration. And the duration is going to be teleport duration. I'm gonna also take like over 2. I had to add .0 to make it floating here. Not Sig. Oh, Go. Go. Yeah, but Go is not low level, right? You have your reasons, maybe because it's easier to talk to the server. Also written in Go. Huh. Okay. Well, is it some kind of special API, like network communication, or is it just like a REST API or something? Or are you using like sockets, or let's see, unused, yeah. So and then here is like if is duration no, wait. Get duration. No, I'm pretty sure it's like is. No. What is this actually doing? Oh, it's this thing. Set state duration. Right. Has state ended. There we go. Has state ended. No. Okay. If it has ended, then we return set. Then we change the state to teleport attack. So the first part is like the beginning of the teleport. So actually this is more like teleport attack, teleport start, teleport end. Okay. And that's it basically. Also, actually, if we have a post here, so when this is done, we actually also move the, we can get position, we can't set position. Okay, I need to add this. There is a set velocity, but not set position. So I'm gonna add this set position. Pretty sure it should exist. It's just, yeah, the ALSP doesn't understand the thing. Okay. Network encryption stuff. Okay, custom. Go is pretty low level, but you don't manage memory. Yeah. Okay. I still have to, because I call it the C code. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Zig is very good at calling into C code, and yeah. So that's not an excuse not to use C. And there are two intrinsics you can use for SIMD, certain CPU instructions, atomics. All that exists in Z. I mean in Zig. There's no excuse. Except for the server stuff, the network stuff. Maybe. I don't know. That probably, yeah, nice to work in. Yeah, you should use the thing that you're comfortable with if you're, you know, choosing to work with that. Have you ever tried Zig though? What the hell? Oh. So set position, and let's see. This would be also these don't need to be public. Hello, fly as a jet. Have you migrated the kottefolket codebase to 0.16? Yes. Yes, I have. It was like mostly painless. I had to, let's see if I remember what I had to do. Well, like the worst thing was like all dependencies, because it was like, had they updated all dependencies yet? So that I had to actually monkey patch some stuff. but mostly it worked. It worked. It was pretty easy upgrade though, I would say. Like the most of the stuff was the IO stuff. Like whenever it was only for like when you read files or write to files or something like that. In my case, but essentially anything that has to do with networking or actually threading and stuff like that now needs IO. Well, I mean needs, but if you want to use the standard library for that. You liked Zig. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Okay, well, actually, okay. Here's an interesting thing now. So set position. What do we want to set it to? Now, my editor actually has a way to set, like, create points. So we can create points that are the actual like teleporting points. So if I place a point there, then we have our little point. I can place a point over there and a point over there. We could do the other side as well. I'm just gonna do this side for now. So there we go. There's our little point. Oops. Can I delete? No, I don't want to. Okay, there we go. So this thing, I'll move it down a little bit. So here's our little points. Okay. And now, let's name this point is going to be top left. Oh, this should actually show the name. This one is like top left 2. You are bottom left 2. It is logical in a sense, because bottom left should be all the way to the bottom left. Underscore 2 afterwards means one step up. Okay, so there's our little points. We can save that, and then we can use those points in the game code now. We can get them here. I need to find a project where Zig would fit. Been writing Go for like 4 years now. Ah, I see. And the speed is descent, not like C but close. Is descent, sorry. Right, okay. Well, the speed, do you mean like the running speed of Go, or compared to C? Or do you mean like productivity speed? Okay, so let's see, where are we? I think the boss has points. I forgot how we actually did this, so I'm gonna go over here to the boss code and see if we can find something point, attack points, utils get point. Okay, here we go. So we can simply use this utils get point to get the points we want to use. Now, the thing is, how do we do this? I guess we just have all the points in an array. Points. Point name. So here we use, oh, sorry. There we go. So for the top left, we have like top left _2. Oops. Actually, it doesn't really matter what they're called. Actually, there we go. Does the game have different levels, or is it one big level? So the game is like, I mean, it's like a metro. It's like one giant world where you can have, and there's these like areas that is. It's not like it's not linear, like you go from level to level, like level 1, level 2, level 3. It's more like you have like the village, which is kind of like the hub, and then it's like one big world. So you just move from the edge of the screen to the next area. So it's like area. It's like transitions like that. I can just show you. It's much easier if I just show you here. Actually, well, let's just do this. This should probably work. Yeah. Sorry, there's now a lot of things going on here. Hello, Sulu, is there a way to get image and make a video out of it? Lip syncing or something like that. Get image and make a video out of it. That sounds very AI. I don't know, code guy. You can make like AI videos. I don't know about lip syncing. You have to Google that. Produce bare bones, simpler than Lua. What? Go? Is Go simpler than Lua? Really? Once game completes, delete system32 folder. Yeah. That's what I used to do when I was like 12 years old. Why is this not working here? Use of undeclared. Oh. Alright, I renamed this TP start. There we go. And wait. TP end. Okay. I just need to get rid of these errors so I can show you here. High performance stuff will run on GPU anyway. Right. Go is maybe not simpler, but near the level of complexity is lower. Yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't actually delved very deeply into Go. I basically, I mean, for me, even the Go routines and the what are they called? Chains? No, I don't know. That stuff was a little bit new to me, and that thing alone makes it more complex to me, at least, than Lua. Let's see. Error. Mini boss state machine that were not implemented. Oh. Oh, so they have to be public. I see. I see. Or it might be something else. You hello Code Void. You accidentally learned camel. I'm sorry to hear about that. So yeah, I was gonna show the game here a little bit. So essentially, here's the village. Now keep in mind, all of this stuff is very, very pre alpha stuff. But essentially, the structure of the game is like this, and then you go to the edge of the screen, and then you get to this is like one area of the game. So essentially, you're moving through the world like this. You're just walking around. And in here we have like monsters, and then you find like different areas. It's kind of like, I don't know if you've played like Hollow Knight or Metroid or any metroidvania game, but that's the idea. What rendering backend? This is Raylib. Oh my god! 1 second here. Also, thank you for the follow, Code Void. This guy I need to remove. There we go. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. So this is Raylib. I'm using Raylib. It's a library that is makes it very easy to make these kinds of games. It can work with both 2D and 3D games. I'm not sure what it uses. It's like for backend. Okay, you know what Raylib is. Okay, good. SDL3. Okay. Well, I have like Raylib 5 point something, I think. I'm pretty sure. I'm already Cold Guy. No, I didn't say your name, Cold Guy. There's another person called Code Void that followed me on Twitch. Okay, so interesting. Raylib uses SDL. And then of course SDL uses something else. And if it's using like Vulkan, the Vulkan's using the GPU. The GPU is using transistors. The transistors are using electrons. Yeah, I would say the backend I'm using are electrons. STL uses whatever it needs. Okay. Code Void on Twitch. STL uses stuff like WinAPI, Xlib, Wayland, whatever. Okay. Okay, so let's see. We have our little points here. And we're gonna select one of the points. Now, we did have like randomness, I believe, in here maybe, random, or did we have it? Yeah, we have the random here. Now this random is just getting the random, the singleton. Yeah. And so what we want to do is there a way to get, if you like supply an array to get like one of the elements, at random. I mean, I know you can do uint less than to get an index, but it would just be like a very nice okay. So there's that. Now we set the position to be the point. That is our vector. I'm exploring OpenCV to detect the faces and generate lip sync and stuff using the wave to lip. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea about that. So I've never used OpenCV or anything like that. You can do that with feature detection. I believe you can reconstruct the face. Wow. Well, you two could figure it out, because I have no experience in that field. Okay, so when the teleport attack TP starts, it takes 2 seconds. Then we select a random point here to teleport to. We set the position to there, and I believe also we could set direction to the right, because that is the direction that all the points are there. Okay, and then then we go into teleport attack TP end, and that also takes 2 seconds. It's kind of like, it's only to show like an animation, teleport animation. And then we don't have a post here. When that is done, we should go into the attack start now. So this will be the telegraph first. So we have the telegraph, and this one is like telegraph duration. We set some kind of animation, maybe, you know, maybe we add a debug, like a rectangle or something. we add this thing. Color, I don't know, orange. Okay, and then we have the post function. So after this is done, we remove that. Okay, whoops. Comp time value. A list of display backends for opening a window STL can do. Yeah, interesting. Because it does work. Because I've noticed that when I run the program in WSL, it actually opens up a window that actually works pretty well. It does lag a little bit, but more than the Windows native Windows does. But it does work. No problem. You can post links. No problem. What would you say is the main gameplay feature? Combat? I would say like it's probably not gonna have like a super in-depth combat with like, you know, levels and stuff like that, but it's gonna basically be probably Hollow Knight would be a good comparison probably when it comes to combat, although it's more like old school Castlevania when it comes to combat. But also like the main focus I think is more like, well, it's combat and exploration. Exploration is very important to me, with like secrets and having lots of places to walk and explore, but also do it in a way so that you don't have to like backtrack too much as well. Like a smart layout of the map, but there's gonna be plenty of avenues to explore. Is the idea. Then we'll see, you know, what I can actually manage to do. But is there vertical traversal? I mean, it's gonna be in the form of, well, right now at least it's gonna be in the form of like platforms, like you jump up to get up. So yes, there is vertical traversal. But right now there's no like flying or anything like that. Like you unlock abilities and stuff to get to more areas. Yes, that's the idea. And to like I guess also kind of like interact more with like the world around you as well. But yeah, a lot of things it's still like very in flux, like a lot of the ideas that I have for the game. So I'm just trying to like make it first, like, and then it's gonna like organically kind of, you know, grow from where we are. So, you know, but the basic idea is that anyway. Like you unlock abilities, you unlock new areas, you explore them, you get like rewards for finding secrets, finding, you know, there's probably gonna be like optional you know, bosses or anything or something like that. We'll see. You know, it's easy to say all these things. It's another thing to actually implement them, because it takes a long time for me to do these things. But yeah, I have implemented like the first boss, not 100% because there's no graphics, but the actual gameplay is at least there. So that's really cool. That was like my first like really like in-depth boss implementation. So But yeah, gameplay is very important. Like the gameplay should be fun, and yeah, for me, like exploring is fun. So and combat as well. Let's see where. Yeah, so wait, why do we get this error actually? Is it because this is com time known, or unable to resolve com time value? I mean, because, oh, I see. Maybe this is like a tuple type now. Do I have to specify that this is a vector? Okay, there we go. We had to unwrap those because they might not be found, in which case this was nullable, but we know that, or null, I mean, we know that they are there. If they're not there, there's a bigger problem. Okay, so TP start. It runs until state is ended, then we go to TP end. In which case we select a random point, we move to that, we set the direction to right. We also wait for this here, and then we have this telegraph state, which adds a little orange box so we can see that it's actually telegraphing. It has a duration when it's ended. Then we do like attack start. And let's, oops, add that here. Hello, Solacorium. What's up? Welcome. And the attack. Wait. Attack stop, and this one is the teleport attack duration, I believe. Also convention. I got swept away by the convention that was already in place, which is a good thing, I think, because if you see like a convention and you add something new and you go against the existing convention, that's not gonna win you any points with your teammates. So I usually have that ingrained, but then I also realize, hey, Zig doesn't actually have this convention. So it was me who implemented the convention first. That was the wrong convention to use, even though I kind of knew that was the convention. But actually, you know, the standard library, even the standard library goes against its own convention at some point. But anyway, also these ones. I'm gonna slowly but surely implement the quote-unquote correct conventions. Alright, so this is attack duration. I guess this doesn't need to have a start. It's really just the actual attack. Although now it looks very weird here. Attack. Teleport attack, attack. It's the teleport attack, attack. Actual attack. Alright. And I guess we don't need this. So I think now we can use something like attack. We can create an attack, which is essentially just, it's creating like a kind of like, it's creating like a rectangle, or it's creating like an area that is damaging to the player. It's basically what this is doing here. So we have a duration, which is teleport attack duration. We have the damage. I'm just gonna say 1 here. Hitbox. Actually, teleport attack damage. We can actually have that there. Now the hitbox probably gonna be the same for all of the things. I'm just gonna say undefined for now because I don't have it right now. Hurt delay is like if there's like a delay before this attack actually hurts, but I don't think it's just gonna be 0, I think, for this one. Follow source is like if this is a kind of like a if the source is the monster that actually does the attack. If this is true, then this attack, like rectangle, will follow the body of the monster. But this should be false here, because at this point it's kind of like a projectile almost. So there we go. True, this is a beautiful convention. I mean, the snake case, I was kind of like meh to this at first, but now I started to use it and it's like, well, you know, sometimes it actually looks, here we go, again, this is gonna be a lot of changes here. So the convention is like snake case for variable names and fields. For functions, it's a camel case, as you can see here. And then for types, it is Pascal case. However, I'm kind of cheating here a little bit because, well, whatever. Because I kind of like this as well, because if you compare it to not having this space here, this it's kind of like, it's harder to read. I think this is easier to read, but I just think it also looks, it looks, I don't know, I don't know. It looks a little bit less elegant, okay? But whatever. Okay, we don't have this defined. Let us define that to be 1. There we go. Do you have any resources you can recommend on game engine design? I mean, I'm not really an expert, to be honest. Like, this is my first kind of larger kind of project that I'm making. Like, this is the largest, I'm gonna say it like this because the relativeness is weird. This is the largest game project that I've ever made, and I've barely even begun to do it. So I'm not really like an expert on this. So I don't actually have any resources that I can recommend. Sorry about that. But I will say that the stuff that I'm using, that I find actually working really well for me, is the ECS system that I'm using for this specific implementation. Not all ECS systems are like the same, but I feel like this. It doesn't really matter what architecture you're using, as long as you find it nice to work with, because the main like I think the main issue that choosing architecture is solving is like how productive you can be working with it is my take on this. Like, it's mainly for how the humans like think about the code and can actually implement stuff. Is how I see it. So for me, ECS works really well. However, I'm using like a mix as well. Like I'm not like hardcoring ECS here. I'm using like a mix between like ECS and other stuff as well. So it's kind of like I'm finding a good architecture based on the experience I gained through actually making the project. So function struct is Pascal case. Oh, not functions. No. But Go is weird. It forces you to use a specific style. Okay. Does it actually like rename the functions to, or rename stuff to match the convention, or underscore helps in reading but it makes it look long? Yeah. It also makes it look weird. Sorry, just that we're a copier. Well, actually never have watched someone code and think. Yeah, oh yeah, thank you. Okay. Well, here you found someone. It's probably not a lot of people that does it. I don't know. I haven't looked at how many other people are doing this, or like using Zig. It doesn't rename, but starting function with the uppercase makes it public. Oh, that I've never seen in a programming language. What? Uppercase makes it public? That feels like a very unique thing for Go. Huh. Same for struct. Interesting. I mean, I guess one similar thing is like when you have underscore at the start of a thing. That can mean like different things in different languages. Like some languages it means it's private, a private field or something. Yeah. So I guess that is also, it's kind of the same thing actually, except like a different format. Can you demo some more gameplay later when you're in the middle of something? Looks super cool. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure. I can show you, like I can run through the game. It takes like 5 minutes or something to or maybe not even that, I don't know, to actually run through the whole thing that we have right now. Or maybe not the whole thing, but just going straight to the boss basically. Well, actually, I can do it right now. So let's. I need to do this, and then I need to do this. However, I'm gonna say that I usually play with my gamepad, but at the moment the gamepad is like acting up and doesn't work, so I have to use the keyboard. Also, ladders does not work anymore. They are broken, so I can't climb up right now. But you can actually go here and get like a quest right now. Yeah, so this guy is like, hey, I can craft a health potion if you get some ingredients. So yeah, so I mean, don't take anything here as like being final or anything. This is just to test kind of the system. Like I have this quest system, dialogue system, and all that. And then these guys are they drop stuff, and sometimes they drop the ingredients. But that is probably not how it's gonna be later, like in the final version. And here is a mysterious place. Yeah, worth for a speedrun. I actually did a speedrun because I wanted to see how much content I have
going to the boss, basically. So I wanted to have like a baseline just to like say, okay, well, how long should it take to go to the boss? So then, you know, kind of trying to measure that there. So here's our little stone enemy. You can't hit it when it's like upright. Whoops. Oh man.
Actually, oh shit. Okay, first death. I'm just gonna ignore that guy right now. It's a little bit buggy as well. You can see when it hits, it kind of lost velocity there. Oh, I need to plug in my headset here. It's complaining about battery. 1 second. Yeah, I think the hitbox on that guy is a little bit unbalanced. All right, let's see. It's, where was he? Over here. I need to add more variation here because it looks kind of samey. Man, maybe I should just... There, I got 2 hits in there, and 3 hits is done. So there we go. I'm a bit like, I don't know about this enemy because I find enemies that are... you gotta be careful with enemies that you can't hit. Like it's invulnerable at some point because it can quickly become like annoying. Like those are the annoying enemies. The jumping guy feels very Hollow Knight. Yeah, I think a lot of things will feel very Hollow Knight in this game, because that is like one of the main inspirations. Ignore this thing here, it's like the wrong way around. It's a door, by the way. Doesn't really look like it, but yeah, so here's your kind of verticality a little bit here. And here's another type of enemy here. We are going to move upwards after this area. So here's also, you can see kind of like you have your shield, and the enemy has 2 types of attacks here. It has like a low attack and a high attack. It kind of does like a telegraph thing, so you can tell if it's going low or high. It's kind of, you have to know beforehand actually, which I realize now is kind of maybe like a bad design. But when it does the twisted thing, it goes down. When it does the not a twisted thing, it goes straight. So the shield blocks like it, you know, it blocks high and low. So high and low. So that is taken from a game called Wonder Boy, which I grew up with, which is an amazing game. Like Wonder Boy, well, not the first one, the second one or the third one, Wonder Boy 3, The Dragon's Trap, had this mechanic. And I don't know, it's kind of like this kind of old school, you know, thing. Oh man, I shouldn't even go for those. Okay, let me just go through. Are there iframes after gaining damage? Yes. Nice game, thank you. Welcome back, Agidux. Yeah. Also, the camera needs a little bit of work. The camera is like one of those things where it's like you don't really think about it when you play a game. You don't think about what the camera is actually doing, but it's really, some of the things is very subtle,
and it takes a lot of work to get it like just right. At least if you've never done it before, you know. You have to really think about, okay, how should the camera work in my game, basically. Goodbye. Because right now the camera is like, it's like okay, but it's a little bit wonky sometimes. It does have like, if you're too far from the center, it tries to lock in to the center. If you're too far, it's like trying to smoothly transition back to the center. And then you can see here also it has boundaries, so it doesn't go beyond this point. But what I need to do is to add dynamic boundaries, like add like boundaries that are like in the map, not just the actual map itself. Because let's say, like this, it's the same as in Hollow Knight. Like, let's say you have a wall that you don't know is, you know, a secret wall that you can go through, and all of a sudden you break through, and then the camera actually goes in, like it shifts, so now it can actually, you know, move in that direction so you can see what's beyond the wall. But before that, it was actually like you blocking the camera, so you didn't realize that something was there. I don't know, it's easier to kind of show instead of like trying to explain, but yeah. Okay, so here's like another, now maybe like type of area. We got these guys. Okay, maybe I should show what they actually do, but I don't know. I'm in my speedrunning mode. I'm trying to get to the boss. Oh shit. I need to fix. Okay, quest progress. Yeah. So where's that button? Here. Here's my quest log. How do I go in? There we go. I'm not used to using the keyboard here. But you have your quest log, you can go in here. So I have this basic like menu system as well. And here's a mysterious thing. What is this? Who knows? We can't seem to do anything with it. Alright. And now we're going up, actually. And here are these like ghost things. I think they're he's kind of bugging out, actually. Yeah, these things are bugging out. They shouldn't be that way. Okay. Yeah, so there's a little bit more to that, actually. But yeah, that's a basic taste of the game there. There is like an upgrade you can go and get, so you can activate some stuff with that, which is kind of like supposed to be one of the main mechanics of the game. Actually, I can just show you here if you want to see it. So here's the whole game actually right now. It's, you know, the village. Here's where we went, and we were up here, I think, you know, and then we died here, and then you go over here, and then there's this thing over here. So here's the thing, just to show you kind of the thought here. Man, these doors are like the wrong way around. Okay, well, it's just the graphics. So you get this. Oh man, it's crashing now. Okay, well, the idea is that there are these devices, right? These devices can be activated with this little beam. So when I activate this, it's gonna open the door. It's crashing right now. So so there you go, it's crashing there. Oh, you couldn't see the editor. Sorry. Okay, here was the map that I was talking about earlier.
Does the player get a map? So I think there's gonna be a map of some kind. There's probably gonna be a map, because otherwise it's gonna be a pain to navigate. But yeah, here's the little upgrade. You get this kind of gun-like thing. It shoots a beam that activates these things, and these machines are like connected to other machines. So this thing is connected to the door. So when you activate this, it opens the door, right? And then here we have a little other machinery here, which actually, this is kind of like a timer thing. So these are connected to each other here. So when this is connected, it like activates these things, and then it activates back here. These are like a delay, so it's like an in-game kind of logic machinery that is activating these things, which are like disappearing platforms. So I can kind of make these, these logical kind of puzzles, or platforms that disappear based on some timing thing, by just making these things in the editor. So that is actually kind of cool. So it's essentially, yeah. If I move, let's say I've moved the player up here, you can see that this is now, I can't jump through that. I can't land on it. Actually, it's not even activated right now. If I move down here, okay, I actually have to, I'm gonna set that to be on by default, so I can go up here and show. So there you can see it, like, now we can stand on it, and then it's like a timing puzzle here, which is created only through the kind of, well, I say in game, it's not like you can create the machines yourself but you can create them in the editor. That is actually, well, the editor is not shipped with the game, I guess, but who knows. We'll see. And here's a button that opens the door. So there you go. So there's a little bit of logic stuff that is implemented, although the doors are weird right now. But yeah, there we go. And then we have a boss as well right now. But yeah. So that's basically the extent of what we have right now, essentially. And I'm just trying to add more things. Classic jumping puzzle. Yeah, exactly. And this imagination is the limit, I should say. Like that's the crux of it all. Like, to actually come up with fun puzzles. Like, I'm probably not the greatest at that, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, so I mean, I can play a level and find it fun, but to actually make a fun level is like, that's like something else. That is. So maybe we'll see what happens, but I'm gonna try my best and try to make something cool here. But yeah, back to this enemy here. So thanks, by the way, for the questions. It's nice to get some people in here who's actually interested in the game. But yeah, I'm a really big fan of metroidvanias. I like the classic like 8-bit style stuff. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we have our attack and telegraph, the actual attack. So we create the attack. Now we need to create a hitbox. This is also a thing. We can actually define, or wait, no, we can't define a rectangle. Okay, I have to kind of wing it here. So essentially, one tile is 16 by 16. So it's gonna be like
Actually, it's not on the map. It's over here. It's gonna be like, I don't know, 2 tiles wide maybe. So 32 height and then span the entire thing. Now this thing is, I believe, like something like 30 wide, 30 tiles wide. So 30 times 16 maybe. Alright. So it's basically, it's gonna be like I mean, I guess we can take the center of the body. Center of the body. But we also want to add a little bit. The size is going to be like what did we say? No, it's gonna be basically like 30 by 2, and then we times that by 16. Is minimal is true. Okay. So that is the hitbox. Duration, we have the duration and all that. Okay. So let's see. And this tag is handling its own destruction. So when the duration is up, it's gonna disappear. When the duration is up here, this, I'm not actually sure what's gonna happen actually. I think maybe we'll add some teleport points as well. Like center here, center here, center here. So those could be teleporting points. I'm just gonna call that center, top center. Center and bottom center.
All right. Oh yeah, here we need to, let's do size. And you are going to be, so this is the left part. We're going to add size over 2. No, only the Y part. Okay. So that would create a box that spans the entire map, basically, almost. I mean, actually, it should span the entire thing. I'm gonna see. Let's go to this. You are 35 wide. So let's do a -2 then. Uh, 35 No, it doesn't matter. 35. Position. Actually, I'm gonna do from top left. And X is gonna be 0. Y is gonna be position minus half of the size. I think that's correct. So we start at the left. No, that's not correct. It has to be like the time. God damn. Okay, let's go back. No, wait. No, this is correct. Because this one will mess with the thing. No, that's top left. No, that's not correct. No, it is correct. No, it's not correct. God damn it. Because X is X needs to be like negative. Okay. I'm really inspired by this. I want to make my own game because Game Engine was Zig. Oh, nice. Awesome. Do it. You know you want to. You should try Animal Wells, my favorite metroidvania. Yeah, it's on my list. It is very... It's... yeah. I don't know. I feel like right now, I feel like I don't want to get too... I mean, it's kind of weird to say because I am inspired by other games and maybe, but it's just that I'm very recency biased. So if I played like a game right now that I enjoy, I want to take the elements from that game and put it in my game. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like I need to keep to the identity of the game more than I am. So like if I play Animal Well, it's like I should play it. I should play it sometimes. But yeah, thank you for the recommendation. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess I'm trying to say that I'm fearful of yeah, I actually don't know. But yeah, maybe I should just play it and be done with it. It reminds me of like the kind of the discussion around that game reminds me a little bit of Fez, which is, it's not really a metroidvania, but it's, well, I mean, can you call it a metroidvania? I don't think you can. It's more like a puzzle platformer where you collect things. But it also had this kind of a lot of very difficult secrets where the community had to go in and had to like work together to solve. I think Picasso said, "Great artists steal." I think all artists counter. Yeah. That is true. Like, I don't know. I don't really know. Maybe I'm afraid to kind of being too inspired. Like I guess it's more like it's a distraction. It's like I want to focus on making the game the way that I was thinking about it
first, because otherwise it's gonna be too many ideas, I think, trying to work together at the same time. I don't know. I mean, yeah, right now it's like I do have a kind of idea of how this game is gonna be. But yeah, I'm gonna play Animal Well at some point. It's on my to-do list. And the Tunic as well is another game that I need to play. Man, okay. So where are we? We have our thing. We have our hitbox. And I mean, yeah, we could actually create a rectangle, maybe. But I don't think we can do that. Rectangle. We have this draw rectangle component, but this like draws a rectangle that goes around the hitbox of the thing, so it doesn't even, you know, we need to create a thing that has a hitbox in order to use this. So we can't really see the attack, I don't think, unless we enable. Actually, we can enable. Where is that? Debug. Draw debug. No. Debug config. Here we go. Enable draw combat hitbox. We can enable this. This will show us the attacks. I'm just trying to run the game here so we can actually see. Yeah, so you can see the shield, and the sword here. So we can see those, so we can actually do that. There we go. Okay, so we have the attack now. What do we do? All right, so we should go to when the attack is done. So I'm gonna just call this done. And then we go back to walk. So the attack is done. By the way, have you tried to use, like, I don't know, Unity or Unreal Engine or Godot or anything like that? Or like, have you tried any of those? Fly as a jet. I'm just gonna refill my drink here. 1 second. have done gamedev before. I'm tinkering with Raylib and I want to make a game engine from scratch. Just don't have an inspiration for the fun game might be. Yeah, I've been there. That's the thing, like, yeah. It's a hard place to be because it's like you want to make something, you know you can, or you know you want to like start it and learn and stuff, but then it's like, yeah, what should I actually make? I switched to Fedora Linux, or did you switch from? Man, I don't know any hat types. A top hat. Did you switch from a top hat to a fedora? Teleport attack is done. Then what we do is we pick another point. But now it's the top center and bottom center. Oops. And then we do that. Yeah, and then we just set position back there. I mean, presumably this is gonna take some time, I guess, as well. So, well, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll set position. Yeah, okay. Let's actually set duration to teleport attack done duration. Which is, I don't know, 1 second maybe. All right. Also, it's like you can start like, okay, what kind of, like, what genre would you like to make? Like, because from what I've gathered from a metroidvania is that it can be extremely ambitious and overwhelming if you really just throw a bunch of ideas and then you actually start working on it, and then it's like everything you want to implement takes, you know, to be realistic is basically what I'm trying to say about how much of an endeavor you're actually getting yourself into. I'm not trying to deter you or anything, but it's just like, it's one of those things, like I'm in a mode right now that I'm just taking it day by day. I don't try to think about how long will this actually take. I'm just trying to get through, okay, what should I plan to, just create, adding something to it here and there. So like my plan today was basically, okay, at the start of the day is like, okay, plan about what should we actually do today, and then try to do it basically. I mean, give it this idea of, and then like ideas for like enemies and stuff. It's like it wasn't all there from the beginning. It's like a lot of things are just, yeah, okay, let's just add, you know, this basic Metroid style walking back and forth thing that you kill, which exists in basically all metroidvanias. Start from there. You get the basic like architecture for everything to get that thing in there, and then you can build on that to add more stuff. So it's like, and then also I will say this. This system that I'm working with here, this is actually I took inspiration from a video which I don't remember now, but it's basically the idea is that this is for state machines. It can be used for AI for a monster, for example. It can be used for like a sequence of things happening. But essentially, what it is essentially all it is basically the state is just a function. Let's see. Okay, the state is basically just a function that is called every like update. So that's all the state is. And then of course you have, you can have supporting data and stuff that works together with the state function. But essentially, if you want to switch to another state, you just set the function to something else. Now I have like a little bit more going on here, because I realized that I wanted to have more things, such things that when you transition from one state to another state, you might want to do something in the transition. And for that, we actually have, let's say, well, maybe it's easier if I show an actual state machine here. For that, we have this, for example, this walk state has two functions in it. One is pre and one is update. So the update is just a normal state function. It runs every frame, basically. The pre function is just run once the walk state is entered. So once you enter this walk state, this pre function is called. And here you can see this is basically just, well, we set the animation if we have it here, and then we also set like a random direction. So basically anything you want to like to set up the state, you could have here. I mean, technically you can also have this code, when you decide in an update function to go to the walk state. But it's just like, then if you have several places where you go to the walk state, you have to copy this everywhere. So that's why I did it like this. Like the walk only has one place now where this is always going to happen if you go into the walk state. And then the update function simply has like, well, this convenience function here where that basically all the monsters are using is like a walk, like a default walk thing that happens, and you can decide, you can have some options here for walk speed and some other options, and then essentially to switch state, what we use is well, here where I'm using kind of like a timer. It's essentially just a floating, it's a timestamp to say like, okay, well, at this timestamp we can now teleport to a place, and then we change the state when this is simply checking like if this is less than or equal to the current elapsed time, basically. And if that's true, then we change the time, then we change the state to this new state, which starts this teleport attack thing. So I think that this is like I'm not that, I don't have that much experience with game development, but so far this is like, I would go to this way of doing things. It just feels so nice. And it feels like you can do anything with this system here.
So we have like a whole bunch of states. Now let's see if we can. Let's see if this actually works here now. So when the attack is done, we wait some duration that we then go back to walk. We also teleport to one of these random points, and we set our position there. So I think that we can now test this. So let's go back to this scene and we can see if this actually works. This guy is actually not... Okay, there we go. There's the teleport attack. And there's the attack itself, which is not really placed well here. Also, this duration seems to be way too long. But we do get attacked. Oh. I think it's stuck in... Wait. Attack. Attack done. So attack duration is 3. It's like it's going back to the attack. And then when we're done, we are going to walk. Oh, I see. Right. When we're done, also we need a post function now, because we need to set or create a timer. Duration is going to be the cooldown. And I just realized I don't need all of these because we already have waited that time. So at this point in time, this is the time we want to wait. Now, what do we do here? So we do can't override is equal. So that's how we tie the knot here. We actually set this to that so that when we go to walk, this is not like 0 at all times. We actually update it here, so now to be like the current time plus the whatever this is here. Okay. So let's see now. It also has this spawn thing, which you have to go to it to make it spawn. Okay. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to build. Okay. Also, well, okay, let's see if this tests first, but I'll show you another issue that I saw as well. You can see him kind of falling down. That is not good. And there's the attack, and then it teleports somewhere else. And now we can go and get some hits in. And there's the teleport to the same place. And there's the attack. We jump into it, we get damaged. Also, the attack actually disappears once. Yeah. So there's the issue that you saw. It actually teleported to another place there. Okay, so we got a couple of issues. One issue is that the attack hitbox is not correctly placed. The monster is like teleporting here. It's supposed to float here. It's not supposed to fall down. So let's fix that. Let's see. So when we actually teleport, I think it's like when we initiate the attack, we can add there's a thing
called like, we can add flying or no gravity. I think we can add no gravity here. And then we remove it when we're done with the thing. We remove it there. Actually, to be honest, like it shouldn't, the boss shouldn't actually move at all at that stage. But I don't think there's anything actually gonna move the mini boss. You know what? The boss should also probably be like invulnerable or something. Whatever. So that should fix that. Let me build and we'll try again. I think it's like it also seems to be deterministic right now. It's like the same place every time. I don't know if that's the case, but the first teleport always seems to be at the top there. I have to activate it first. There you go. Okay, and does it actually go through the whole thing? Let's check it. No? It's okay. So the position there is a little bit trying to kill it. Okay. Let's see. Is this the boss? No, this is a new enemy. This is like a mini boss. You should start posting one short every day so the channel will grow 50 times faster. I don't know, man. I've tried the shorts thing and it's like it's kind of boosting. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe. The only thing is like it takes time. Like I want to be as productive as I can. So I don't want to focus too much on like, you know, on like making videos and stuff like that. I basically can live stream it, and I can talk with you guys and discuss things and have a good time here. But for making videos, like I would rather actually be productive on the game and try to like get as far as possible. To be honest. What font is that? So are you talking about this font here? So this font is called sorry, I have to Google it because there's like two different names always coming up in my head, and it's never the one that I'm thinking about. It's this one, which I downloaded. I think it's like Nerd Fonts or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah. I think I went to Nerd Fonts and found that one, but they spelled it wrong. That's why I'm always confused now about the name. But yeah, it's called Hasklig. It has, I think it's kind of nice. It has a nice feel to it, and another bonus is like, especially for if you're using like Haskell or something like that, you have these special tokens or glyphs or whatever it's called for things like these things here. Not these things apparently, but this is like the bind operator in Haskell. I believe there's also this, yeah. Also have like triple, no? Okay. Well, anyway, it has a little bit of that fancy stuff as well. But I really like it. I really like this. It kind of feel like a soft. The curves are of the font. Yeah, I don't know. I just yeah. I think it's based on Google Source Code Pro or something like that. I don't remember now really. Is it actually? Yeah. Also, it's like a little bit. I think it's the weight is upped a little tiny bit here as well, because it doesn't look exactly the same as the one that I'm looking at right now. Anyway, I really like this font as well. Okay. What we're doing? Oh yeah, the hitbox of the attack is bad. Now, I'm not sure if the hitbox is actually spawned from the point of view of the thing. So I'm going to look at, well, here's a hitbox. Yeah, this should be the absolute thing. If we follow the source, we add the position of the body. Otherwise we don't. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay. I just previewed the font. Why does the italic look bolder? The italic shown is super light. Yeah, I don't know. I think I just have like a where is that? Wait, is it actually in here, or is, no, it's probably in Western. But this is not correct. No. 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can find, because I'm using Westterm as a terminal, but then also there is like a, yeah, so there's a config. Okay. I'm not sure if this comes up in the chat, but this is my config in Westterm for the font. So essentially using the bold version. But was there like multiple versions of the font Sometimes you have to like download the bold version. Yeah, the font size is like derived from. I mean, I'm trying. It's because I'm streaming. So it's usually I don't have this font size when I do. Well, you know, I have this when I live stream. So. All right. The hitbox. We add half of the thing. That seems wrong now that I think about it. Really what we should do is we should assume that we already are in the center. No, it's the X that I'm thinking about. X should be added. X should actually be 0 now that I think about it. Actually, yeah. So it should be like 0 and then the Y of the position. Yeah, because 0 is the center of the map. We could also make a reference point in the scene. I mean, we have the center, so we could pick that X of that. That should probably be close to 0, but if we add more things. Okay, and there you can see it was like to the edge of the thing. So there you go. There's the hitbox working. Let's go over here, see if it goes all the way. Yeah, cool. So there's our little mini boss. That's the first attack of the mini boss. Pretty easy to actually avoid this attack. Oh yeah, actually initially I was thinking that it shouldn't be random. Like it should be based like somewhat on the player position. So if the player is like over here, the boss should always like try to aim for the player. Also, I just realized that this arena is also like perfect for having the camera actually zoom out so that you can see more. Sometimes, you know, games does that when you have like this boss arena type thing, and you have you can so you can see everything. Yeah, so that's another thing. Okay. I'm gonna add a little to-do list here. So we'll have like so this is like mini boss to-do list. Okay, so 1 is or wait, I mean 1, it's not numbered. We want teleport attack should always attack the lane that the player is in. Camera
zoom out to arena. That's gonna be interesting. I mean, it's pretty easy to zoom the camera in Raylib. But to have it also, I guess right now it's only supposed to be bounded in the arena. We don't really have that. I guess the camera stuff, this could be a good initial thing to see how it should look. But then we don't have all the supporting systems to actually make it work when we add more things to the tile map, so that you have like the entrance, the proper entrance to the arena and the exit and stuff. But when we're just trying out the boss and we're just developing it, then we can just implement this very simple camera zoom out that makes it so they can see the entire thing. So actually, when we spawn, we can zoom out the camera. It's gonna be like instant. Do we have like a camera somewhere? It's just a Raylib camera, I think. Update camera, we need the game. I think it should be stored in the thing. Maybe not. Hang on. Oh, so we have update. Yeah. Singletons get a Raylib camera. There we go. There's the camera. Okay. I mean, I think that we probably wanna just zoom out here. Using some kind of function here, like incorporating it here. But also, at the same time, it's just a very... It's like a debug mode here, so whatever. Let's... it's very temporary anyway. Do we do anything with the zoom here? No? So we can mess with the zoom all we want. So we need Raylib. And we're just gonna get this camera. And we will change zoom. The problem is what is the zoom gonna be? Right now it's 6. I guess we can just test it out. I guess we'll change it to 1. So this will happen once... Okay, that's a little bit too much. Also, it's still following the player. But yeah, we can see everything. Let's see. I guess we'll zoom in, I don't know, 2.
right. 3. Wait, okay, there we go. Yeah, it's a little bit, but the boundary is not really correct. Maybe we should. You know what? I'm gonna add camera settings. And this is going to, let's see, no, camera. Boundary. Why is this not working? Oh, because it's using the zoom here and not the actual camera zoom. Oh, that's the V. Oh, okay. So like it needs to be that. It's like, yeah, it's a vector. There we go. Actually, then we don't need this. So but it still doesn't work. Wait, did I forget to build again? Yep. Should probably include that in the command here. Like I can, in my game editor here, there's a command that we can do to play the game. But we can also run. Oh yeah, no, for this, because this is called from Windows, that's right. And we're compiling from WSL. Whatever. Okay, now it's... There we go. I'm just gonna see if I can try and zoom it a little bit more. Okay. Cool. And there you see. So now we have to jump up because it's doing this attack here. And that's what I'm thinking, like if you're at the lane down here, you should probably always try to attack the lane that you're in. Because now it's just like, oh well, you're down there, so I don't really need to do anything. There we go. Okay, so how do we do that? Oops. Because right now we're just picking a random point. I guess what we could do is we could take all the Y points, or the Y components of these points, and we can check which one is like the closest to the player, and we'll pick that as the point to choose. So we essentially, instead of doing this, we want to loop through the points and we also need the player position. Is there anything about player in here? No? I'm gonna get like this, get distance to player, because this one should have something in here. Right, we have get utils, utils get player. Well, I'm just gonna add get player position Oh yeah, we have the vanish mechanic. Man, I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about this. Oh yeah, man, now it's coming back to me. So essentially, we have like this power that the player can use, which is like mist power. So you can basically vanish, which is also lore. It's from the lore of the pixies, or at least from where I come from. But they can turn invisible. So essentially I was thinking like, hey, let's just make like mist is pretty prevalent here as well. So let's just make a mist. It's like in the forest, misty stuff. We have a mist ability to vanish, and what it's doing is basically you become invisible, but you also become. Well, do you become invincible as well? I don't remember actually. Maybe not, but essentially also like when you attack from being in mist form, basically. I think you do like kind of like a backstab, so you get like extra damage, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but that's why like also it's like get distance player. If you're vanished, you're infinitely far away. Mathematically, it's correct because, well, in some sense at least, because getting distance to player is used to know, okay, should a monster aggro the player or not? Like there's enemies that aggro the player and stuff if you're close enough, and if you're vanished, then you're basically infinitely far away, so then the aggro is like it's cancelled. So anyway, that's the logic there. So okay, so we've got this. Does this matter here? Like play position is essentially, it doesn't actually matter if we're vanished or not here. We just wanna return player body get clone position. Okay, and then you that's the player position. Okay, now so the idea is we go through all the points, the Y position or the Y component of the points. We check the distance to the player. So I'm gonna have like min distance is f32, and I guess it starts at infinite. F32, and then min index is, I mean, that's just gonna be, so min index actually is gonna be like a random, but I think we can just pick one, pick the top one. That should be fine. Okay, and then we want to check if, so the distance here is going to be the absolute of y of point minus player y. Okay, so, and then if the distance is less than min distance is distance, min I is I. Oops. So we need the I here as well. Okay. And at the end, we have the point, which should be point min I. So now it should always try to find the closest. I have to type this. The closest point to where the player is located. So let's see if it works. Okay, so that time it actually works. And if we stand down here, it should go down. Now remember, if it wasn't picking the closest, it should have picked the top one. So it seems to work. And let's see, if we stand over here, it should pick that one. Yeah. All right, cool. So that seems to work. I just have trouble thinking how to go from here. But we have, these things are done. So are we done now with this boss? What can we do? So what I want to do is I probably want to have some kind of attack, like melee attack, when players close, in walk state. I want to have a phase 2 or / enrage, which upgrades the attacks. So for example, the teleport attack now attacks multiple lanes. Probably faster attacks, faster movement attacks. What else could we do? This is the thing, like just coming up with things to implement. I'm thinking of maybe like a... Okay, so what this boss is actually going to be is like, I'm imagining... So essentially, the player will encounter these elemental types bosses, which is this one, for example. So this is like an elemental boss, but it's not like the classic like elemental, like it's not pure elemental. It's more like a dude or a person who found an elemental rune or stone that is then that stone has the power that this person is using. So the boss is kind of using the stone's power to do these things, and then the elemental stone, the stone is the thing that has the elemental power. So it could be like a fire elemental, for example. So the idea is that it would have a bunch of fire attacks and fire stuff. So it could probably summon some kind of fire ball or wall, like fire wall or something like that. And then when you kill the boss, you get the stone. So you get now the power, except you have to kind of have to learn how to use it and stuff. So you can't do all the attacks that the boss can. But yeah, usually you know how these games go. So so that's the idea with this mini boss here. And there's gonna be other types of bosses that are like kind of work the same as this one, except it's different, like elemental. It has different attacks and all that stuff. So and then maybe you will also encounter more that has the same elemental stone, or like an upgrade to it or something like that. But that's the idea. So what I'm thinking is another attack, which is like more like a ranged attack, some kind of ranged attack when the player is far away. And since we're in this arena, maybe there could be other things as well, like maybe the boss can phase through the ground, or like teleport to your lane if you are too far away or something like that. We could try something like that. Teleport to player lane if player is too far away. What else can we say here? I feel like when you're in this area, it's like you can't, like if you get attacked by a long range attack, that you can't really dodge it unless you can use your shield. Like your shield goes up and or down. Actually, yeah, that could be a thing. Like you could you could get a pattern, like it throws like maybe there's like, if you're here, sometimes it does like a wall of fire so you can't escape, and then you have to kind of get this barrage of up down, and then it gets tired and you can go ahead and like wham on it for a little bit or something like that. But yeah, that could be an idea. So we have like trap attack, if the player is standing on a larger platform, let's see, activated sometimes if the player is standing on a larger platform. Walls of flame block entrance and exit to the platform to keep the player there. The boss will teleport to the other side of the platform from the player. A sequence of projectiles with a random pattern of up or down blocked by shield. So it's gonna be kind of intuitive that you're supposed to block it with the shield, I guess. Sequence of projectiles random pattern up or down blocked by shield. Once the attack is complete, the boss is standing around for a bit so that the player can attack. Get some attacks in. Something like that. Maybe there's like the last project, like if you block all the projectiles, the last projectile is like recoiling. I don't know. Hello, Mutasimos. What's up? What's up? Welcome back. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? What are you up to? You added better keyboard input to your kernel. Oh, your OS. Man, that's really cool. I really wish I could do that. I tried to make an OS once, but like having it actually boot on my computer, which is probably the worst way to do it. Instead of using like a VM or you know. Cool. So yeah, even things like that, like keyboard input. So like how hard is it right now? Because I'm gonna guess that most keyboards are gonna follow some kind of standard that's already implemented. I mean, I know there's drivers, but how do you actually need that right today? Like I could imagine like a long time ago when hardware was so different for each model that you had, that it was a pain in the ass. But today, like it feels like there should be a bunch of standards in place for a lot of things. What were those things called when I remember like the old like Windows stuff, Windows 95, you had to specify like, what was it called, like IRQ or something like that. It's quite hard and there are too many keyboard standards. Oh no. Oh no, man. That's a shame. I mean, I guess what you would do is you would just make it work for your specific machine. That's what everyone should do. They should just make their own OS, and they should just make it so that it works for their specific machine. Just you cut out the middle, man. Alright, so here are some ideas. What else could we do? I mean, each thing we're adding also changes, like, kind of like a little bit of the dynamic of the fight. Maybe. Kind of what I'm thinking is, like, from a player perspective, the most thing you're interested in is that, like, when can you attack and when do you have to dodge? It's basically like a dance of dodge and attack. And there's like this thing is more like a little mini game thing. It's like, okay, complete this mini game and you get more progression in the fight. And this is just ramping up difficulty. Currently I only support set 1. There are 2 sets and US keyboard. Right. Set 1. I've never heard of that. Yeah, so we got like mini games, we got normal monster fighting, and we've got the big teleport attack, which is like the dodge mechanic. So I want to test, like, it's also kind of weird, like, what if I go into this and then go down here? Okay, that actually didn't do any damage. So maybe this is like kind of OP. I don't think mist form should make you invulnerable to this attack. Because, yeah. There we go. Yeah, because then you can just do that. So I think maybe attacks should be able to have modifiers that say that, hey, this should go through mist form. I wonder why it does that. Wait, is it the shield or the... Wait. Maybe it's the shield. Okay. It's probably the shield that blocks. Okay. Attack target this player. Block check. Okay, so apparently shield can block everything right now. There should be things that the shield just can't block. So we should probably add can shield block is true. But then if it's false, we simply don't check this here. Oops. Or can block. I guess can block. And then here we say can block spells. Also, I just realized I used the wrong convention. Wait. Oh, let's see. I'll just fix these up here. Some at a time. All right. I think at some point I will do some kind of meditation pass where I just go through everything and do that. Probably off stream. Okay. So can block should be over here. There we go. Now it's fully passed through there. Also, Mutasimos, what language are you using to create your OS? Because if it's anything other than Zig, I don't want to hear about it. Then it's not valid. Okay, so we have that. Somehow using Rust to make the oh yeah, of course. It's hard to use Rust. There's a lot of setup, and it took me an entire day. Zig is perfect. No, but okay, so right, it took you an entire day to do what? There we go. Now we can't block it. Also, it doesn't appear or disappear. But we still don't get hit. Okay, I'm gonna guess that it has to do with the collision check. If we go to attack, and if we check like intersections, no, that should still work. If the target is player, can't damage target, advance and hurt. Maybe we get like invulnerable or something like that. Do we get hurt at all? Yes, we do. Okay. Oh yeah, drawing characters. Miss drawing character concept levels for a game. Well, I mean this boss here. So I explained a little bit about it before. I can repeat a little bit. So essentially, this boss is like one of several bosses that gonna be kind of the same like concept, but they're gonna have different powers. So essentially, it's gonna be like they are persons who have found these magical stones or elemental stones, and they've kind of learned how to use them. So this, for example, I'm imagining this is the fire elemental stone boss. So it's essentially just a person that is using the stone's powers to do these attacks. Like this is the flame elemental, so it does a bunch of flame attacks. But also the person probably have like morphed maybe a little bit from the power of the stones or something like that. Or maybe they just don themselves with some kind of armor or something to make them look more intimidating, like something like that. But that's essentially what these bosses are. And this particular one, as I said, is like the fire elemental stone boss. So maybe you can draw some inspiration there if you wanna if you care to do it, to get some. So this is essentially gonna be like fire. Yeah, that's the that's the one that I'm certain of, at least. I'm not sure about the other elementals because I have to tie it up with the whole system of the game and all that. So there's probably gonna be like earth elemental, fire, water, and wind. I mean, yeah, the classic elemental stuff. And then maybe there's gonna be like life and death, or like nature and darkness, or something like that. So yeah, just to give you an idea of what it's supposed to be. So I'm thinking of this boss also, like they are sort of nimble magic users basically, but they can also attack in melee as well. Maybe they have like different statutes. I'm not sure. Like maybe the earth is more bulky, maybe fire is like more strong, or maybe I'm not sure actually. Maybe they will have different attributes like that, but I was thinking more they would be the same kind of thing. Hey, stop fighting now. All right. There is no best language except for Zig. Okay, so. Would be fun getting with different weapons effects based on the weapons. Earth gets big hammer. Words gives that. Yeah. Yes, they. I mean, in my mind, they are humanoid, and maybe they have like. I mean, yeah, they are humanoid. But they could potentially have gained maybe from the stones like some kind of mutation, or I don't know, some kind of magical thing happening to them so that they kind of look different. I don't know. You can have freedom in thinking whatever you want, whatever you feel like there. Um, but they should resemble people that you can kind of recognize that they used to be just a normal person. But yeah. Are they made up of wood or rock or something? No, they're probably just look like persons, but they have like specially made like armor and weapons and stuff. Yeah, so they were probably pixies, just like the player is. So basically, like, small forest people, or tiny, mini forest people. Yeah. Okay, I think that is enough of ideas maybe here. I mean, I would like to have more stuff maybe. I mean, yeah, I think we're gonna have more than one type of melee attack and more than one type of range attack maybe. But and maybe more structure, like globally structured here for the fight as well, so that you maybe have like, it does like the teleport thing, and then it goes into a mode where it only does like these normal attacks, and then it goes into a mode where it does this trap attack, and you get a couple of things in, and maybe then after that it goes into a teleport attack again. So it's kind of like it has this structures within structure thing. Yeah. So let's see. And also, like, I have the idea that once you have like an elemental power, you could maybe also use it like in the environment somehow. Like fire could, have some effects on some of the environment stuff. Like, I'm not sure exactly, but that is also like, I mean, of course, that's like a metroidvania thing as well. Like, you gain something that enables you to do stuff with the environment, to like get to new places and stuff like that, find new secrets. Maybe even combat stuff, like you light something on fire and it can damage enemies. You can light enemies on fire, maybe. We'll see. So that's what I'm thinking, like maybe in the fight you get like hints of that. You get hints that the fire mechanic will allow you to like change or do stuff with the environment. So that kind of teaches you to say, hey, I've seen those things and I didn't know what to do with them, but now in this fight I can see that the enemy is doing things with these things, and now I can do those things if I get that power. Something like that, maybe. What it is, though, is the big question. Like I can understand these concepts and what makes a good game for that type of maybe, but to actually come up with what it should be and then incorporate it into the world in a nice, good way is an entirely different thing. Water can adapt, wind can fly. Yeah, so I already kind of have a spell system. It's not it's not really a spell system. That's a really fancy way of looking at it. But basically, you can think of the double jump. Where is it? No, so double jump. Can double jump, I think. This one. So the double jump, if I'm just showing here, is already kind of like this. It's already, it's like two elements in one. So the double jump that we have right now is like this. You double jump. You can see that we're kind of spawning in a little leaf, and that is the nature. That is the nature element. But then what is causing us to go up is wind. So it's kind of like wind element combined with nature gives you a double jump. That's the idea. And then you get kind of like upgrade it to be able to glide later. But yeah, that's the idea here. Also, I have like infinite double jump now when I set it to can always double jump. But yeah. Anyway. Okay. Oh. Unique passive ability, special ability. Oh, okay. So you're saying like when you get the stones, you unlock like a passive ability as well. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That this is all like up in flux right now. It's like, yeah. I have to really consider, because there's so many possibilities. Like it's like having like a blank canvas and you get all the colors and you can do anything with it. So it's kind of hard to kind of figure out exactly how it should be. But I think if we try to figure out like those kind of things, like, okay, well, I do want the environment to be modified by the elemental power, so maybe we just focus on what effects could we have? Like lighting things on fire, for example. It could be something else. It could be like I don't know, melting ice only, like not setting things on fire, but only melting ice, or something like that as well. Like, or maybe I don't know, raising temperature slightly. I don't know, but it's like and then water, of course. I was thinking also like combining, like if you have, let's say you have you can see a waterfall, so you have a waterfall in the world, and then you add like the earth elemental to the water, then you make mud. So now you can, all of a sudden you can like climb up the waterfall or something like that. I don't know. Yeah. So ideas like that, to be able to find, okay, well, how can the different elemental powers enable you to do different things, and not feel like, not also maybe feel like they are always going to be like, okay, well, here's a blocking environmental thing, how do we get past this, we need a new elemental stone. So it's like the same kind of thing, but it's like but it's just a different elemental. They should also have like, you know, a different, like a thing that you can use for other things as well, like combat, for example, or maybe resources, like gaining resources, like maybe earth allows you to or maybe water allows you to like make some plants that weren't be able to like grow before. You can make them grow or something like that, and then you get like a resource out of it or something like that. So you get like little bonuses here and there. Or solve puzzles, like solving puzzles and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, you're gonna go. Okay. Have a good one. See you later. I'm probably gonna go now as well. Well, I am going to go now as well because I need to eat something. And yeah, this has been really nice getting back into this and continue to work on the game, getting ideas for this new enemy, and also all the things that entails with this thing. So hello Regathian, could have an AI generate some example elements and justifications for ideas about something. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I used like AI when I started this project to kind of get like ideas for bosses and like areas and stuff like that. But I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of you. I can. I also have like ChatGPT, so I can like, you know, ask. But yeah. I think it's cool also when the ideas, like when you go out for a walk and ideas just come into your head after a while. Maybe you go out in nature and stuff. Fire people can throw Molotov type thing on group or clone themselves like a fire shadow, and passive ability like will be like afterburn. Yeah, I don't think you need to worry about the little drama there. Yeah, so yeah, that's all cool. Like yeah, I mean, yeah, keep the ideas coming. I can consider like all of the ideas, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, but thanks for watching. That's gonna be it for this time. So I hope you have a nice day, and I'll see you later.